This is Lemmy with RevZilla TV. Welcome to our 2015 V-twin motorcycle parts buyer's guide. Now, for those of you who are rookies to the gear guide format, this is RevZilla's way of bringing you the latest and greatest stuff that's just dropped in the motorcycle world, as well as possibly introducing you to some stuff that has been around for a while, tried and true, and hasn't been beaten yet. Now we're going to split this video up into three sections. We're going to have the looking good section. We're going to move on then to the running good section, and finally we're going to cap it off with the feeling good end of things. If at any point you get tired of hearing me rattle on, you can always click below and choose one of those sections if you know there's somewhere you want to go right to. Now, with respect to application, I'm going to show you a bunch of products here. Some of these are going to be pretty bike specific. Some of them are going to be a little more universal in nature. Use our bike finder if this is going to be something that's going to be a little bit more bike specific. Or again, you can always browse sort of universally. If you have any trouble with fitment, get in touch with us. We'll hook you up. Let's get right into things. So I mentioned looking good. Most guys running around on their bikes trying to look real BA. Let's be honest, we're all out there on our Harleys trying to look like the coolest guy in town. Let's get right down to the beginning. So I want to tell you a little story about the pipe you're seeing here. I think this thing looks kind of awesome. I had a lot of fun prepping this thing actually for the table so it would look cool. If you unwrap all this header wrap underneath here, you're going to see a $5 sticker. That is the sticker I had on there every time I bring this particular set of shovel head drag pipes to a swap meet. I have had this set of drags forever, been hauling them around. I can't sell a set of pipes for $5, but these things now look great because of a couple of products we've thrown on here. First, you can see this Lowbrow Customs universal heat shield down here. These things are cast aluminum. They're made really nicely. This is probably the nicest heat shield I have ever seen. It's not junky old steel, cast aluminum, and you do have a couple finishes here. You can see here we have this nifty fish scale thing going on. This looks absolutely awesome. The cool part about these, no drill, no weld. These things affix with the hardware that is included here, cast hardware, as well as high quality hose clamps. This thing is solid on this particular pipe. It's not moving at all. Lowbrow did a great job here bringing you a heat shield that's going to look right at home on a wide variety of pipes. And it's going to be easy to install because these are made to fit 1 3/4 inch pipes. So as you can tell, they are going to fit drag pipes like you can see here. They're also going to fit a lot of your stock exhaust too. So if you have a run of stock pipe, that stuff's usually 1 3/4 on most Harley Davidson products. So you're going to be able to use this on a very wide variety of exhausts. You can also see too, this pipe is half wrapped. Let's be honest, the hot rod drag look has never gone out of style. Always looks hot, and this pipe is no exception. We took a set of $5 drag pipes, and this thing now looks absolutely BA, like I was saying before. High quality wrap in here. Vance & Hines gives you the total kit though. They're not just giving you a roll of wrap. I've gotten that before. Sometimes that can be a pain. They think it all the way through the job. Stainless wraps. You also get zip ties with this thing. The other thing I like about this too is they even provide you plastic zip ties for the temporary wrap so you can let the thing set up while you're installing the stainless ones. The final cap off touch I really love are these clamps right here. They're actually emblazoned with the V&H logo. I have no idea what it cost them to make these things, but it's a high quality touch. It's a nice surprise to find right there in the kit, and it brings a really pro look to your wrap job. I know you guys have probably seen some of the rattier ones out there. With a high quality kit like Vance & Hines is giving you, you're not going to get that ugly, ugly look. Let's move down the bench here. You can see in front of me we have a set of Kuryakin zombie levers in both finishes. We have black sitting right here as well as the chrome. These things do provide a very comfortable spot to put your hands. They look baller. These things fly out the door. Everybody absolutely loves these. Despite any misgivings I may have about naming a product after the undead, ZLA has spoken. These things rule. Everybody loves them. A set's going to look great on your bike. Again, hit that bike finder up, throw your bike info in there. We're going to get you a set that fits your bike, makes it look really good. You're not going to have to spend too much time getting it to look that way. Moving over a little bit further, you can see we have a custom chrome smoked lens kit. These things are super duper cool. It's going to give you a good way to get a low profile look on your bike. These things are smoked. They look just a little bit different than stock. You don't have that dorky amber or perhaps a red bulb and lens combo hanging out. Instead, you got this nice muted gray. Looks really good with black, gray bikes. And these things are still going to be DOT legal because they include the bulbs right here. This is dollar for dollar, probably one of the easiest and cheapest ways to get a custom look on your bike. And for that reason alone, this thing is in our 2015 gear guide. Moving on to finish out the looking good section, we have Mustang Fender Bibs. Those of you guys who rock a solo seat have probably realized one of two things. If you don't protect your paint back there, it's going to look ugly. And if you bounce around between it and a 2-up seat, your paint is definitely going to look ugly. These give you a place to pack your gear if you're going on a 1-up long haul. Mustang makes probably the best Fender Bib in the business. These things are made of marine grade vinyl, they hold up really well, they look the business, and it's a really easy install. The price also does not hurt the Mustang Fender Bibs. It's a very short piece of coin you need to shell out to keep your OEM paint looking good. That about rounds it out for our looking good section. If there's anything here you loved, click below, shop the whole gear guide collection at RevZilla.com. Otherwise though, you should know that a horse needs more than just a shiny coat. Let's go see what's happening in the Giddy Up section. Now I think it's pretty common knowledge for most of you folks that our motorcycle engines, the whole drivetrain, was actually developed by ancient Babylonians trying to till their fields. We're riding around on tractors. You gotta make these things go a little bit quicker or you're likely to get passed by a bicyclist. So here are the products we're gonna give you that's gonna help you do that. First down here we have a Vance & Hines FP3, standout product of 2014. Let me tell you why, because it's easy. You plug it in, you use your smartphone, your bike runs better. It really is that simple. You get your hands dirty putting this thing in and you come to Philadelphia, I'll buy you your very first beer. This thing's gonna dominate the competition in 2015 as well because it is an absolutely revolutionary product. Every day I'd come in, we had just so many orders for these things and the momentum is just building. Everybody wants one of these for their bike with good reason. Moving on down the line, you can see here we have a set of Excel Stealth Super Coils. I'm not sure if everybody is familiar with these. These are a new product for 2015. They really just started hitting the shelves early this year. What these things are is a COP ignition, coil on plug. These are car-style ignitions. So what this is going to do is move your coil off of your seat tube, and it's going to move this thing right onto your plug itself. What does that mean for you? No more ugly spark plug wires. You can clear out that section of your bike, make it look a little bit nicer, and you know you're getting maximum spark delivered right to the spark plugs, no loss to that spark plug wire. I expect to see a lot of these on late model Softails. Those of you guys with late model Softies, your seat post tube actually isn't a seat post tube, it's just sheet metal. I've seen a bunch of guys cut those out and remove the coil, relocate it. If you use these, you don't even have to relocate your coil. Throw them right onto your jugs, and this is going to make your bike look super clean in that area, and you're going to have that weird custom look because you're going to have a frame that looks different than everybody else's. I think these things are a real winner of a product. Moving on to the center, this is definitely a tried and true favorite, one of mine. Redline Big Twin Power Packs. I love these things because I can order one box, one part number, plus a filter of my choice, and I have all the stuff to change every single fluid in my motorcycle. Primary, fuel treatment, we're talking oil, transmission, everything's right in the box, and Redline is high quality stuff. This is top of the line lubricant. I'm not gonna take some freshly built bike I have and swing down to the auto parts store and buy whatever crap they're selling me. I want top of the line synthetics made for motorcycles put into my bike, and that's what Redline is delivering. The other nice part about this box is they include all sorts of extra goodies. A funnel, there's a cool ball cap. They even include, for me, the selling point, stickers. I'm an absolute sticker junkie like most chopper guys. Order a Redline power pack for your bike and you're ready to rip for the spring. Change every single fluid out, add a filter if you're choosing to it, and you are ready to rip down the road. Not to mention the Redline stuff, like I said, super high quality. I particularly love their tranny fluid, that bubblegum pink stuff, and it's got the shockproof in there. Shockproof's like little pillows for your gears. It's awesome. Moving on, you can see here we have a Two Brothers Comp S exhaust. I am super excited about these. Two Brothers is sort of dipping their toe into the V-twin market, and this was their first product. They killed it on this thing. I love this particular exhaust. If any of you watched our video for it, you will know that when we put this on, we had all sorts of people walking into the studio, the install area while we were doing it, and everybody, regardless of whether they had an old cafe, a sport bike, a Harley, everybody loved this exhaust. How come? It sounds nasty and it's got an all business race look to it. You got that brushed stainless heat shields. This thing takes on a nice gold tint. The heat signature of the welds is completely exposed on display for the world to check out. And it's also a sport bike style slip-on too. Again, the springs are gonna keep that thing compressed in place. It's a very racy exhaust. The thing looks absolutely awesome. Now after you slam an awesome exhaust like the Comp S onto your motorcycle, you can't hear anything, especially not your stock stereo, which is where the Hogtunes Rushmore speakers come in. So Hogtunes has always been at the forefront of technology when it comes to speakers, and the Rushmore ones they've developed are super, super cool. New product, again, for the Rushmore bikes, 2014, 2015 stuff. These are specifically made for your bike. Rather than just some automotive style speaker they've re-engineered to fit in your speaker cabinet, there are some Rushmore specific features baked into this thing. You can see this locating pin hole. Nobody else to my knowledge has this right now, and you need it for the Rushmore bikes unless you plan on cutting stuff off of your bike. This inverted surround here, this is gonna keep this thing from rattling. It's also going to keep it from rubbing or hitting anywhere on the speaker case. Super duper important. Doesn't seem like a big deal until, of course, you blow out a speaker doing something that you're not supposed to because it's not in the proper application. Flip this thing over to one of their cool parts about this. I love this, the locking tabs for the actual wiring harness. These are gonna lock in your factory HD harness into this speaker. Those of you who ever had to go into a fairing to chase what is simply a disconnected wire probably got really ticked off. It's a whole lot of labor for something that very easily can be prevented. Hogtunes thought of that, thought of you, and made sure that the guys who are upgrading their 2015 Rushmore bikes are gonna have stuff that's gonna work out really well. Now, if anything up here has piqued your interest, click below, cruise on over to the fine folks over at RevZilla.com, help send my kid to college. For those of you who are gonna hang with me, let's get to the stuff that's going to make you feel good. Now, there's one reason I get out and get on my motorcycle. That's so I can feel the sun on my face, the breeze on my knees, and get a song in my heart. I like to feel good when I'm on a motorcycle. The only problem is you can't feel good if you don't feel good. You need to be comfortable on your bike. Hence the array of products you see in front of me right now. Moving to the end of the line here, you can see we have a set of brand new, these are the super duper hot Roland Sands narrow pro step handlebars. And this is kind of a two-parter. You can also see here narrow mega risers. These things need to work together, but the thing I love about these is the fact this is easily one of the skinniest risers on the market. This is actually narrower than typically most of the actual integral riser bars you're going to see. I cannot wait to see what some guys do with these. These come, you know, as you can see, a real short version here, and they even go up real tall. They've got a couple different options. They offer them in an inch and an inch and a quarter. The designs are a little bit different with both of them, so whether you're looking for something a bit more traditional or that super skinny but super fat diameter look, Roland Sands has got something for you. I absolutely cannot wait to see some of the bars some of the homemade guys are going to use for these risers. I'm really looking forward to seeing a set of what I would call anorexic rabbit ears, something super skinny, or perhaps a set of Z-bars that is only this wide. They're going to look awesome. This is a fresh look. I think Roland Sands is going to sell about 1 million of these this year. Moving down the line here, you can see we have a set of Tronic kickback plates. These things are super polished chrome. They're also available in black. Why you should be interested in these is because they're going to change your foot position. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like lately Harley Davidson puts the forwards farther and farther forward. I like forward control as much as the next guy, but I don't want to use my toes to get to them. What these are going to let you do is bring those controls back to you a little bit. You'll have to fabricate something up with respect to your linkages, but that's not really that difficult. These are going to solve the hard part of getting your frame mounts farther back. That's really the difficult part that would require massive fabrication. Fortunately, Tronic has you covered and get your feet back under you a little bit, help your feet kind of bear some of the load. Moving on, another brand new product. I absolutely love this thing. This is from Biltwell, the Exfil 7 bag. So this thing is named for the military term exfiltrate, which for those of you who are dictionarily challenged means get the hell out of there. And that's exactly what you can do with an Exfil 7 bag. Those of you who are military, again, you probably are familiar with the MOLLE system, and this thing is very similar. You can see all these buckles, straps. This is super high quality, super durable nylon. And back here, there's all sorts of straps on this thing. It's going to give you a bunch of mounting options, especially for those of you guys on choppers or cruiser-style bikes. You can use fork tubes, you can use tall risers, you can use your sissy bar. This is going to let you pack a little bit of stuff and get you down the road. If you're going for some minimalist camping, this is absolutely the way to go. I think my favorite feature on this bag, though, is down below. And you may not even see them that well, but right here by my fingers, these little brass grommets. And I like little brass grommets because those things are drain holes. They let me do what I typically do once I stop. We're feeling good now. So moving down to the last feel-good item here, you can see we have the Roland Sands Boss Seat. I love this thing because this has brand new fitment for 2015 Rushmore bikes. We all know that especially on the touring bikes, those seats that Harley is cranking out do not look that great. They're just sort of hideous. This thing is Mustang built. Mustang collaborated with RSD. RSD did the design, Mustang did the building. Mustang's been in the seat game for absolutely forever. You can see they have this cool diamond pattern, perforated leather, triple stitching on here. It's a fresh look. This thing looks absolutely awesome. No one who sees this on a motorcycle is going to think that it is a stock rig. I feel a little bit like Al Roker of Harley up here. I've given you my 2015 forecast. Click below if any of this stuff has tickled your fancy. Remember, this is also part of our larger Gear Guide series too. We're covering tires, we're covering boots, we're covering helmets. If you're in the market for anything else too, check out some of those other Gear Guides. We're going to show you the fresh new jams for 2015. Now's the time when you can leave me a comment in the comments section below. And remember, if you need immediate assistance, please get in touch with one of my esteemed colleagues, the Gear Geeks. See us at RevZilla.com, or you can always get one by phone, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy. I'm out of here.